I think a large problem with things these days is people just don't read or want to read the things. And so they get all these emotions and angry outbursts and whatever at things. Not because the things are true, but because the way they want to interpret it makes them angry. Like, occasionally I watch these short videos like, okay, if you could have this, like, what would you want to get? Like, oh, if you could have, like, a plate that could provide you, like, one meal a day of whatever food you wanted, but you had to choose the same meal every time, what meal would you want that to be? So, you don't have to worry about, like, cost or prep time or anything. It makes you this one same meal every day. You don't have to eat it, but it's like non-transferable. If you don't eat it, it's just, you know, gone. You can't give it to somebody else, you can't use it for other purposes. It has to be food that you eat.
Yes!
And basically every single comment was, gee golly, I
Yes!
sure love
Right.
eating $1
Nice.
billion.
All right.
Practically every single comment was, ooh, how about money? I could really go for eating some money. How about more money? It's like, that's not what, like, the premise was.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, like, the thing. Like, did you read the prompt?
Nice.
Well, it's like a video that I saw today that was something along the lines. Oh, yeah. Someone had complained because, like, they went to their LGS to play some Commando with some friends. There's a group of 3 of them there. There's somebody who was also at the store who wanted to play with them. So, like, you know what, sure, 4, because 4 players what Commander pods usually are. The guy totally pub stomped them.
All right.
Like, how to put this in a scaling system that people would understand. They were doing a knife fight, and this guy brought a machine gun and claimed the bayonet tied onto it made it count as a knife. And then shot them all. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, absolutely. Yeah. Like, just blew everything out of the water. And then the people were like, okay, well, you absolutely won that game because we could not stop you. It's like, yeah, normally we fight with, like, machine guns, rocket launchers, whatever as well. We just don't want to do that today. It's like, we just want to play with our knives today. And we told you that we just wanted to do that today.
Nice.
And then you came with the machine gun anyway. So how about we just don't continue playing with you. We'll continue playing our thing over here with just us. But we don't want you because, I mean, you've already ruined any good favor you could have had by doing that in the first place. You played at a much higher power level than we told you. And we didn't have fun with that. So we're just going to go and have fun. And a lot of the, I mean, of course, a lot of the comments were supportive of the people, yada yada. But then the number of comments that's like, EDH is why Magic the Gathering's been going bad. Or, oh my gosh, those elitist players, they should have just changed what they should have just played, like, what they didn't want to play and just done high power for that one random guy. The 3 of them are, the 3 of them are the problem. They should have just done what that one other guy wanted to do. It's like, they did allow the guy to play a game with them. Like, and so many of the comments are, well, maybe they should try playing high power for once in their lives. Those stupid casual players are what's wrong with people these days. Like, one of the first lines of the post is that they usually play high power. They just wanted to play casual because they were bored of high power. So, of course, the comments say, oh, well, I get too bored of playing low power. That's why I only ever play high power stuff. It's like, yeah, well, these guys were bored of high power, so they wanted to do low power. What if you wanted to play high power and someone moaned and complained that you should play low power? People literally complaining like, ugh. People just complain too much these days. It sucks. It's like, if you're complaining about complaining, you're kind of a hypocrite.
Nice. All right.
I will admit, those clips, whatever the things, the
All right.
whatever choice videos, I do sometimes take the ideas from them to use for our own videos.
One,
A
two.
number of the topic conversations for videos have been directly lifted off of those, which surely directly lifted that off of like Reddit or whatever. There are no original ideas anymore. Please say something so I know that I'm still connected and things are
Yeah,
still working.
I'm here. Yes,
Okay,
I
good.
have been responding.
You have been? I haven't heard you.
Admittedly, most of my responding has been
Oh.
and stuff like that, because I don't really have anything to add. Because yeah,
I can't take the cursor off the screen. Yep. Yeah, someone will post something on social media, and then people will just choose not to read what was posted and just react to basically something else. See, that's why the YouTube thumbnails that get clicked on are the ones that's like giant circle with like a giant red arrow point to thing, because people don't want to bother reading, so they just go, ooh, arrow. I click on arrow. I'm sure you've seen the classic thing of, was it someone was giving away a free charging cable, whatever, and they wanted to specify what kind of charging cable it was. So it's like, oh yeah, giving away free charging cable, type C. The comments, C, 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 C. Like, even if you think that the intent of the post is, I'm giving away this to someone who types in the letter C in the comments, would you then not see that, like, a dozen other people have already typed in the letter C? And just go, oh, I guess, you know, someone else beat me to it. But no, just a line of just people responding with C. Not C as in yes, C as in the letter C. For those who are confused.
I get it. Type C. I get it.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
get
I know
the
you get
joke
it.
that everyone thinks that is super funny.
Or like people, it's like, you know, post something about anything. It's like, oh, if you love that so much, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, I didn't say I loved the thing. Someone will post a question like, hey, I don't understand. Why does everybody hate this, like, so-and-so person? And then immediately people be like, oh, if you love them so much, why don't you marry them? It's like, I barely even know who this random celebrity is. I just don't know why everybody hates them. I don't keep up with literally everything going on in the entire world at all times. I don't know why this person is problematic.
Literally just a simple question. Why does everybody hate them?
See. Yeah, like, literally happened with Axe, like, yesterday. Axe asked, it's like, oh, what's wrong with so-and-so? And I answered him. And he went, oh yeah, that is bad. Like, imagine how terrible that would be if I just jumped on him for not knowing.
Yeah.
It's like,
there's only some people, like some figures throughout history that if you don't know who they are, whether they're like you should know them by reputation, good or bad reputation, it is very concerning you don't know them.
I mean, like, apparently
Like,
Gandhi was a bad person.
Nice.
And, like, there's taught in, like, school and stuff that he was, you know, lover of peace and basically, like, the second coming of Jesus, but apparently he was actually just a bad, like, guy overall, like, generally speaking. But also, like, nobody is born with knowledge. Like, heck, we're not even born knowing how to breathe.
Nice. All right. All right.
Like, everything that any person knows had to have been taught or figured out, taught to or figured out by them over the course of their life. So, sure, there's some stuff that people don't know. And if you're just going to bash people for not knowing things, well, when it comes time for you to not know a thing, is that how you want people to treat you? Like, I know that there's a lot of stuff I don't know. There's stuff that I've tried to figure out and absolutely could not wrap my head around. And to other people, it's just like normal common knowledge that isn't to be questioned. And to me, it's like, but how does that work? Like, just now, I was watching a thing about painting and stuff, and it's like, okay, you put the
All right.
paint out, you have it like special layers of paint on like a canvas, and then you spin it, and it makes these patterns. I'm just here like, I know I just watched a video of a guy explaining it, and I still have no idea.
All right. Yes.
But I mean, like, it's a form of making art, which, if you want to make good art, you have to do it in a way that doesn't make sense. Because if you do it in a way that makes sense, I mean, that's just art that someone else has done. Isn't that the thing with art? You have to do it in a weird way in order to make it artistic?
All right.
Didn't
Like,
we
sure,
have
this-
this conversation about what defines art recently?
Yes.
Yes! The comment on, like,
Art is entirely subjective.
yeah.
All right.
What is considered art by one person might not be by another, so
Yes.
For the most
Basically,
part,
the
art
term
is the
art
effort that
is-
was put into it.
All right.
Which means, in a very real way, that these YouTube videos of mine are a form of art.
I don't know, do you put in a lot of effort in them?
I definitely put in more than 0.
True.
I put in more effort than just typing a prompt.
Yeah.
It still makes me laugh that people think like, oh yes, this AI art I made, this is art, and it's like, dude, you typed in a prompt and made a computer basically Google search stuff for you.
Much.
Yes. 1,
And
2.
remember,
Oh, right.
ChatGPT being like new, and before I learned about, oh my gosh, it uses up so much water for cooling the stuff. Every search is apparently, supposedly, like just dumping out a bottle of water, whatever. But it's just, an interesting thing to play around with. There's, a new toy to play with, essentially. People flipping use ChatGPT as a Google search. Like, they go on it and it's like, oh, what is the...
There you go.
What God? Someone tried to use ChatGPT as a lawyer. Like, they got arrested and went to court.
There you go.
And instead of hiring a lawyer, they just put everything into ChatGPT and just said what it told them to say. And then the judge found out what they were doing and the guy was in even more trouble.
Yep.
And some actual lawyers tried using a ChatGPT to write like legal documents, whatever. And it's like, huh, well, I've never... And the thing about, writing legal documents for court, whatever, like for a trial, is that if you're going to try to talk about, like, oh, well, this thing happened in this case. I'm not a lawyer. I never went to any lawyer school, but it seems like definitely a part of being a lawyer is to say, like, oh, well, this event happened in this case, so the case that we're on is similar to that case, so we should get a similar result as to the one that was gotten in this case. And it's like, oh yes, like try to find similar cases where like this event happened, and we'll try to like pick one that works for us. It's like, oh yes, this exact sort of case happened in here, and this is, you know, these are the people involved, this is the time it happened, this was the judge, blah blah blah, and this is what happened. Yeah, no, all of that was a lie. And the actual lawyers did not even want to bother to double check it to see if it was true. They just went, well, ChatGPT said so, so I guess it is.
That is incredibly concerning.
Wow!
That's sad.
Oh, puppy going to the bathhouse?
Loud! Hey!
Oh, that's cute.
Loud! Hey!
Uh-oh.
What?
So I am streaming, right?
Yeah?
Are you watching the stream?
Energetic Akari. What?
Look at what she's
What?
calling you.
This means war.
Here, I'll water her for you. There. Take that, energetic Akari.
Why is her name Energetic Akari?
Because for NPCs, they have a thing on their name. For some reason. I guess in case the game uses the same name twice. They're hoping that they'll use at least different adjectives.
Wait a moment.
A good guess, my boy. Young Riker here leapt out of bed with cat-like reflexes and toppled right down the stairs.
Come on, Palmo.
Yeah.
At least leave me a little dignity.
But of course not. A little shake, rattle, and roll is no match for my superior construction.
How is it going for you?
Yes.
Yes.
The pond has been frozen.
Excuse me. Yes.
Huh? What is it? One of my bones. I am an ancient dragon after all. Now then. Well? I'm counting on you.
Gosh, I'm not completely certain how I feel about this. The idea of, oh hey, just go back to the dungeons you previously entered, and now there's like an extra door you can go through to go further in. You know, you couldn't do it before. You only have access to it, you know, later in the game. So we basically just reused the same dungeon theme twice.
Real big and strong, okay?
Like, it feels lazy, but it also feels like, yeah, I don't really care.
Watering
So,
time. Watering
that's why it's better than just having twice as many small dungeons.
big and strong.
Because it could have just been another, like, 3-floor dungeon. Like, no big deal.
All right.
But also, since I remembered it, because I was supposed to mention something about it before, the magical food plate. Unbreakable, supposedly unlosable plate can make you a plate's worth of food once a day. What one meal would you want to have
Real
every
big and
day
strong, okay?
for free from this plate?
Hope it comes out okay. Watering
No one else is
And it
allowed
has
to
to be
eat the
the-
food.
It has to be the exact same meal every time?
Yes. So if you choose like salad, it has to be
Real
the
big and
same
strong,
salad.
okay?
Okay, and I can't just say pizza and get a different pizza. Okay.
No,
Let me
it
think on
would
that.
have to be like, say, specifically pepperoni pizza, whatever. Like,
What food would I never get tired of?
you know, like you don't necessarily have to eat it every day, and like if you don't eat it, it basically just vanishes.
Mm,
But you can't eat something different with the plate.
Watering time.
You can have other food outside the plate, but
I hope it
this
comes
is the
out
only,
okay.
you know. But just the one meal is free.
Watering time.
Every time I see those clips, like the stipulations always get like longer and longer. Other people can't have it. The plate is unbreakable, so you don't have to worry about it just breaking after some amount of time. Like,
Real big and strong,
you
okay?
can't give the plate to... You can't let other people use the plate. Blah, blah, blah. Like... And then people will still go, it's like, oh, I'll just wish for a bunch of money.
I hope it comes
Ha
out
ha
okay.
ha ha ha, I've outsmarted you. Like, this isn't like an actual genie actually granting a wish. This is just a, hey, this is something to talk about.
Not sure. It's,
Real big and strong, okay?
let's see.
Watering time. Real big and strong, okay? Real big and strong, okay? Damn it! Time to eat.
Would you like me to sweeten the deal a
Real
little
big and
bit?
strong, okay?
Sure.
The food that you eat
Watering
has
time.
no
I hope
calories,
it comes out okay.
so you don't have to worry about it being. So if you go for like pizza or something, it's fine.
Watering time.
That was also in the stipulation. The
Buffalo
food.
wing.
Real big and
That's a fair
strong,
choice, yeah.
I mean, you remember before, I was getting buffalo wings like almost daily.
Oh gosh,
Real big and
yes.
strong, okay?
This is
So
what
what, like
it's
a
just
dozen, 2 dozen?
Watering time. Watering time.
Yeah, about a couple
I hope
dozen.
I hope it comes out okay.
It cost more than I could really be affording.
Yes.
Time.
I hope it comes out okay. Watering
I hope you
time.
get this job with the RCMP.
Why are you stuck on that job of all of the things I've been applying for?
You're gonna be a Mountie.
All right.
No, it's not a job to be a Mountie. Let's put it this way. We've been watching Axe play Paper Perjury. The character we play as isn't a cop. She's just a clerk who keeps being, you know, brought on as, like, the assistant to the guy who's the actual cop.
Real big and strong, okay?
Basically, the job would be similar to what she was actually supposed to have been hired for.
Yes.
I hope it comes out okay.
Paperwork.
I hope it comes
Exactly.
out okay.
I don't know why I just thought of this, but I remembered someone talking about how, technically speaking,
comes out
according to
okay.
their contract, they're not allowed to work at work.
Grow big and strong, okay?
Because the contract was supposed to say, like, under no circumstances are you ever allowed to, like,
I hope it comes out okay.
do
I
work
hope it
for
comes out
other,
okay.
you know, companies while you're employed by this company.
Watering time. Watering time.
But it missed some text. So it's like,
Big and
basically,
strong,
like,
okay?
under no circumstances are you allowed to work.
I hope it comes
Or,
out
like,
okay. I hope
like,
it comes
yeah,
out
under
okay.
no circumstances are you allowed to work while you are working here or something. So it's like, huh, I mean,
Grow big
it's
and
like,
strong, okay?
huh. So if he just,
hope
like,
it comes out
stops
okay.
doing work at his job, and they try to fire him, couldn't he sue? Because, no, that's technically what my contract says. No, read the contract. I'm not allowed to work. It's not my fault. It's your contract. Or one story I had heard where someone was able to basically pull the wool over a bank's eyes. Someone managed to, like, successfully, like, contract scam a bank.
Oh, you're talking about the person who, like, got, like, the credit card, you know, agreement,
Yeah.
but then, like, modified it, signed it, sent it back, and they signed it without reading it?
Grow big and strong,
Yeah,
okay?
I think they had, like, an automated
it comes out
program,
okay.
whatever, sign it and complete it or something.
Yeah, I think, was it... Let's just see
Grow
here.
big and strong,
They,
okay?
like, there's been stipulations, like, there's no limit, no interest ever, and if they try to shut down his account,
They own, like,
owe him
$20,000.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, first of all, I think that was in Russia, if I'm not mistaken. Or somewhere in that part of the world. And after that incident, things were changed so that you are no longer allowed to do that.
Yeah, but the judge was just, like, basically laughing at the bank, like, hey, you're just upset that this guy did to you what you tried to do to people.
Exactly.
Like, no, this is the contract. Your company signed it. Like, it's not his fault you signed this contract without reading it. That's what you say to people, isn't it? God, playing this game on not my typical controller is so strange. Also, I'm still not over how cool this computer is. It's a whole computer that's basically just a controller. This thing is so cool. How much did I spend on this thing anyway? Like $600 or something? And it's like,
Grow big and strong, okay?
I think originally what I wanted was, I'd seen that there are things that's basically like, I think they're called flashcards, like a game cartridge,
Watering
where you
time.
can download like all of the games onto it. So you can
Yep.
play the game on original hardware and stuff. I wanted some of those for the consoles that I still have. And then I saw a thing that's like, oh hey, instead of getting like one for, you know, Game Boy, one for Game Boy Color, one for Game Boy Advance, one for DS, one for 3DS, I could just get like basically all of the handheld Nintendo units essentially in one device. Like one handheld device could play all of those handheld games. It's like, oh yeah, that could be convenient, I suppose. And I saw it's like, oh well, there's this device that can play like all of these consoles, so like this could play all of these. And it's like, yeah, that all seems good. And it's like, or by this, it's a computer, it can play all of those consoles. And every step of the way just getting further and further from the play on original hardware thing. One small issue is since I'm not in two screens anymore, the cursor is staying on the screen because I can't just move it over to my other monitor. Sorry folks, that's how this be. This how this be, goo. Yeah, things going well enough. Gonna finally get to use my bike again tomorrow. That's gonna be cool.
Nice. Your bike. Alright then,
it's been-
on your bike.
Pardon, what? What do you want with my bike?
On your bike.
What's on my
There
bike?
you go, on your bike. Off you go, on your bike.
I don't know if you're referencing something or what.
Yeah, Conquer's Bad Fur Day.
Oh. There's a bike?
You know.
Time to eat.
It is a quote from the, I believe it's the dung beetle that says that.
I do not remember that.
Yeah, off you go then, on your bike.
I have no recollection of that.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. And I'm still waffling about this D&D character stuff. I was all set and ready to take a level of cleric so I could get my domain feats and whatever, and then it's like, oh, by the way, no, you actually get 2 levels. And I have no idea what to take for my other level. Nothing seems good enough. And, like, everything I have uses, like, swift actions. So it's like, well, I could take this, and this gives me more swift actions. It's like, I already have too many swift actions that I can't use. I don't want more things to give me swift actions. I'm, like... My swift action economy is full. I can't take more than 1 around.
All right. All right. Huh. All right.
Kind of want to try writing one of my, like, magic stories again. Those have been fun to write. I guess now, like, with the power of Forge, I could totally just... yeah, just set up, like, just a 4-player game there. There's just something better when it's... Yeah, there's something better when it's in paper doing that.
You're big and strong, okay?
Whee! I still say I liked my idea of mixing up Magic the Gathering with D&D.
Right.
That could totally have some legs to it. Yeah.
I hope it comes out okay. You're big and strong, okay?
Oh my gosh. Crazy, silly, crazy idea.
Big and strong, okay?
Write my Toad story, but do the thing where I get, like,
Time.
booster packs.
Big
I don't
and
know if I'd
strong,
have to use
okay?
magic.
Nice.
So far, Magic the Gathering looks best for it.
Watering time.
But I used to do this thing where I'd open up, like, a magic booster and make, basically, like, a story
Comes
idea
out okay?
from that booster.
You're big and strong, okay?
With a good booster, you can make, like, actually a fairly fleshed out storyline from
I hope it comes
one
out
booster
okay.
pack.
Watering time. Watering time.
And then just,
You're big and strong, okay?
you know, just
You're big and
do
strong,
something like
okay?
that.
All right.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
You're big and strong, okay? I hope it comes out okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
I hope it
Apparently
comes
my
out okay.
brother has gone into
Big and
5th
strong,
edition
okay?
now. He's fallen down the D&D rabbit hole.
I hope it comes out okay.
Uh-oh.
I hope it comes out okay.
So of course, while I'm hanging out at the property this weekend, I'm
Hope
gonna
it
have to
comes
at
out
least
okay.
try to show him Baldur's Gate 3.
Nice.
I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 works on
Big
my
and strong,
handheld.
Okay? Real big and strong,
It would
okay?
probably wind up working on his computer as well. Probably, maybe, probably. I actually wonder if it's even still installed on my handheld. I might have uninstalled it at some point. But hey, people love Baldur's Gate 3. It's not my fault that I don't.
Watering time.
Although, are you familiar with Tales from the Stinky Dragon?
Yes, I have heard of it. And I've seen
Have you-
like little clips of it like
you-
on
I hope
YouTube.
it comes out okay.
Alright, so you have a
Real big and
passing
strong,
familiarity that
Real
they
big
And I
make
think
they
I
play silly
listened
characters.
to the first couple of episodes of the podcast.
Alright,
Watering
so
time.
apparently they also did a thing, and I don't know if there's a full series or if there's only clips available,
Real
where
big
they
and
played
strong,
Baldur's
okay?
Gate 3 as their characters from the podcast.
Wait. Okay. I mean, I know I've seen clips of the people who actually like voiced the characters for for Baldur's Gate 3
I hope it
doing a
comes out
D&D
okay.
game as
I
their
hope
characters.
it comes out okay.
Neat. No, it's like
I've
the
seen
people,
Great.
like the Rooster Teeth people from Tales of the Stinky
Ah.
Dragon, playing like, you know, Kyborg and whatever.
Oh, right. I think I remember seeing a clip of them, of one of them just grabbing a
Real
corpse
big
and
and strong,
throwing it.
Okay?
Yeah.
And
I
just
think
doing
that'd
that repeatedly over and over because I don't know how else to move the corpse.
Yeah, it's like, hey, wait, what the two goblin bodies here? And I
hope it
threw
comes out
one down the
okay.
pit. Where'd the other one
Big
go?
and strong,
I don't know.
okay? Watering time.
Garbog, what did you do with the body? Nothing. Spit him out? Did you put him in your inventory? Did you eat him? Garbog, spit him out.
I hope
And
it
I
comes
think
out
that might
okay.
actually make me want to play Baldur's Gate 3. Just
Real big and
do
strong,
a,
okay?
hey everybody, just get your character, role play out as your character. And then just ignore all of like the side character NPCs that the game wants to stick you with. Although people recommend, no, just have your one main character and
Watering time.
watch the stories of all the side characters on your first time through. Because it's important to the lore that you do the lore of the side characters. And it's like, the side characters aren't in. There's only one side character that's interesting enough to make me actually interested
Watering time.
in them, and even then, it's like
Real big and strong, okay?
not too much. So, I think you know exactly which one I'm talking about.
No, not really.
Here, I'll give you a hint. She's the hot one.
Real big and strong, okay? Watering time. Watering time.
That's another thing that's very
I hope
subjective.
it comes out okay.
The fire demon.
Oh, okay.
The one who's like
I hope
on
it comes
fire.
out okay. Real big and
The one
big
who
and
we
strong,
never got
okay?
far enough to
Real
meet,
big and
even though I
strong,
wanted
okay?
to, and then just
I hope it comes out okay.
And then we kind of
Just
just
the
stopped
split
playing because you
screen,
didn't
just-
want to. Yeah, because you
The
didn't like the
split
split
screen was
screen, but
horrible.
also the game is like too expensive to justify just buying it.
yeah. And then since then, I have like gotten the game,
Real
but
big and
you did.
strong,
it does
okay?
not run well on my
Watering
computer,
time.
which is why
Oh.
we haven't
Watering
continued.
time.
Yeah, you not only have to buy the game, you also have to buy a whole better graphics card. It runs passably on my handheld.
I hope it comes out okay. Watering time. Watering time. Watering time.
I wonder if my old 20 series graphics card could run it well.
Real big and strong, okay? Real big and strong, okay?
You see my little pink computer case that I have. I've shown pictures. I put a 20 series graphics card in there once I upgrade to like I think a 30 series. The graphics card is like as wide as the entire interior of the case. Like there's a thing that came with it that's like to hold the graphics card in place, like to put some metal underneath so it's not, you know, bending the motherboard. No, this graphics card is big enough that it sits on the bottom of the case. I don't need the metal riser for it. It just sits there on the bottom.
I hope it comes out okay.
The thing is comically large.
You're big and strong, okay?
Right.
I hope it comes
So we
out
started
okay.
with people not reading, and then we kind of moved on to a bit of oh gosh, right, D&D. I saw this thing today. An advertisement, of course, but actually an advertisement for something that I like. It's like a little mini book thing with like little D&D maps on it and magnetized miniatures, so you can play like D&D on the go. Has a little like section so you can like roll a d20 in there, so you can like apparently comes with like little tiny character sheets and stuff.
You're big
And
strong,
like, yeah, that
okay?
thing would be
You're
so
big and
cute.
strong, okay?
Imagine just like being on the bus or on a plane or something and just like just being on a plane and just playing D&D on this little tiny thing. It's apparently still active on Kickstarter now. So I went to check it out there, thinking like, okay, little thing, it has like what, 18 little maps on it. It's like, I was thinking, it's like, you know what, for the right price, I could totally see getting this. Yeah, it's $100 USD. Considering how little I play physical D&D and how, if I can play physical D&D, I can either play it at a table, or if I'm playing it on the go, I just get, like, grid paper. I just get, like, I just get, like, you know, a notebook of, like, grid paper and use that for D&D on the go instead. This is, like, a weird midpoint between the two. And it's cute, but not, like, you know, what, $170 Canadian worth of cute? Just checking the time. Easy recording.
I hope it comes out okay. I hope it comes out okay. You're big and strong, okay?
Alright, so, right. Little brother decided to start getting into 5th edition. He went to go and buy, like, the books for it. Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, Monster Manual. You know, the 3 books to really run most of D&D. Technically, you don't really need any of them, but, you know. Except they didn't apparently have the Monster Manual in stock.
What?
So we just got the other 2 instead.
Odd.
Oh yes, quite. And so my mom was always like, well, if you're going down to the LGS anyway,
I hope it comes out okay.
You know, just see if they happen to have that. And it's like, this...
You're big and strong, okay? Watering time.
Oh yeah, the act of playing D&D, or the anticipation of playing D&D has definitely helped fuel my creativity to be a more creative person. Not necessarily in, you know, not strictly necessarily in, like, creating characters sort of a way, but also essentially in the
Okay?
preparing for playing D&D sort of way. Going down to Staples and just finding it's like, oh, graph paper. Oh, graph paper, that can be used. Like, oh, a clipboard, that's going to be useful. Like, I have a couple of these giant rolls of, like, 1-inch grid paper. It's like, yep, get that, some markers, a nice straight edge. But I tried to do that thing that I'd seen at one point where you just, like, roll a bunch of dice and use that to, like, make a country. Or make, you know, like a continent, whatever. Didn't quite work. I don't have enough dice to actually fill the entire paper.
Damn it! Watering time.
Mm-hmm.
You're big and strong, okay?
Gosh, grinding experience takes so much time, huh?
I hope it comes out okay.
Yeah.
So anything on your mind you want to share while we're here?
Watering time.
I'll just have to say that the Discord channel for this particular async has basically turned into a rat cult.
Watering time.
Oh, for for the 100+ rats.
Yep.
Oh god, that reminds me of a thing. Someone posted a picture of like 8 rats eating out of like the same food bowl. And then someone commented, "Ooh, you know, you really shouldn't mix rats and mice." The original person posted like, "But there's no mice in the picture." Like, really? Like, top middle, I'm sure there's a black mouse there. It was a computer mouse.
Yep. Okay, that is a little bit cute.
You're big and strong, okay? You're big and strong, okay?
And I'm still not over this one kids show that I watched, you know, decades ago, back when I was a kid. And they were doing a thing like, oh, like, see which one of these 3 items is different from the others. Or has something, you know, doesn't belong, basically. See what doesn't belong. It's like pattern recognition type stuff. And one of the sets of pictures was regular mouse, computer mouse, and a cat.
I hope it comes out okay.
Uh-huh.
So, Zara, just off of a guess, which one do you think isn't like the others, and why?
The rat.
It wasn't a rat, it was a cat.
I thought you said a mouse, a rat, and a cat.
No, it's a mouse, a computer mouse, and a cat.
Oh. I'm guessing the cat.
Yeah, that was what they had said in the show.
Hmm?
But, yeah, that's what they had said in the show. That would be the... That. Let's see, let's save points, because I don't have that mod active. There's my proof I'm playing on a different device, y'all. There was the cat, because it's the only one that's not a mouse, except the computer mouse is the only one that's not an animal. Like, it's technology, it's not biological. So it's like, and like, I don't think that that's like an unheard of amount of difference. I think that's a pretty reasonable difference. It's like, oh, that's the one. It's like, that's also like a, which I suppose only helps for the pattern recognition, but whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna end this episode off here. I need to go plug in my computer. I should probably consider going at least to bed, if not actually sleeping.
Probably a good idea. I no longer need to really worry about that, because, yeah, that job was not a real job.
Well, any last words before I end this episode?
Ziki Boogie Duke.
You used that last time.